Okay, now we're going to do a short, little mini tutorial with some of the most foundational elements of cryptocurrency. So we'll start with this definition, which is simply it's a digital currency and an alternative form of payment. So the whole idea is going to be that you will buy and sell things using cryptocurrency. As we talked about previously with Web3, there's going to be a lot more peer-to-peer. So these transactions will be both perfectly retained and maintained, and we'll be using smart contracts with Ethereum, and it's all encrypted, which means it's secure and it's forever. Now, Investopedia answers the question of what's the purpose? And the purpose is mainly the future being decentralized, which simply means it's more reliable, secure, and it can't be controlled by the government and or banks, as much of our lives is currently controlled. This creates an international platform for people around the world to use cryptocurrency without having to deal with their government. Let's talk a little bit about Bitcoin, Ether, altcoins. You hear them quite a bit. And as we say here, it's similar, but very different. Bitcoin is considered this store of value like gold or something else that's scarce, a rare commodity of some sort, because it's limited to 21 million Bitcoins. Can't change. The infrastructure cannot cause more to be printed under any circumstance. Now that's different from Ether, which is the currency of Ethereum network. And as we've said before, this is the domain of the smart contracts and other decentralized finance, decentralized application. Its value lies in the fact that it's going to be used in many, many different applications. NFTs, as you've been seeing, is one of the most prominent uses of Ethereum right now. More people are involved in cryptocurrency because of Ethereum implementing NFTs. And of course, altcoins are everything else. And you hear about these on the news, and they're just altcoins, and their value is also lies in their utility. A lot more work is really necessary, and the most fundamental being that most people need something that's easy to use. They're not going to learn all about crypto and Web3 and DeFi and decentralized and everything else. It's simply going to be part of everyday life. One of the most famous people in this whole arena has said, look, we know this is going to be mainstream because literally hundreds of thousands of the smartest people on the planet are working on this. And some of the biggest money on the planet is working on this. So while the news is all about cryptocurrency, that in fact all this work is being done under the surface that doesn't really care about how much Bitcoin or Ether or any of the altcoins are selling for. It just cares about creating utility, which is where the big money will be made. Crypto security is the most serious part of what needs to happen. Right now, the most reliable wallet is in the hardware that connects with Bluetooth or with a cable to your computer, and you control your assets with those smart wallets. It's complicated. It's getting easier every month, but it's complicated. It needs to be made easier. Maintaining security at the same level as a bank, if you have millions of dollars in cryptocurrency, is not a trivial exercise. When this is all said and done, my personal advice is simply beware of scammers. Skepticism is the rule. Don't believe anything you see here on mainstream media. You have to stay in touch, and you have to know who to rely on. So don't invest anything that you're not prepared to lose until you've done all the homework that can possibly be done. Which brings us to this quote-unquote extra study. I put a lot of material in the resources tab so that you can, get up to speed without getting in too deep. But the long and short of it is that we all need to keep learning. It's a major part of my day-to-day is reading, taking online courses, and trying to stay in touch with the people who are most invested in this. You're on Skillshare. You know the importance of learning, so keep it up.